Let's then start with the 2020 update. During and after the LaveCon, I was thinking to how each dev approached the current state and the future of Elite. Surprisingly, each one made me think of game development in a little different way. Whenever the next era or Elite Dangerous Battle Royale or whatever stupid name in 2020 it will get, after all Frontier are not known for good naming as a company. The update itself will be quite interesting, though the question is, will it be for all the right or wrong reasons? Still, putting the speculation and alleged leaks aside, most of the devs I talked about 2020 update gave me a vague hope in my black and dead horse beating heart. Imagine me being a bit more positive, but then you ask, why? See, Horizons was a really hard lesson for the devs that I talked with, so it was nice at least to see some admittance on the fact that pre-ordering updates Season Pass is not the way for the future, and hopefully any other exploitative gaming trend won't be either. But who knows with these guys? Everyone these days loves that Battle Royale gravy, right? But seriously though, the way they told me things, since Horizons was such a, let's stick with the term, hard lesson, they decided to go with everything at once approach for the next expansion/update thing. So taking off time to actually work on the thing was necessary, but in result as a whole it will provide more unified and refined experience that the Horizons did not manage. Frankly, when it comes to game development, I have a rather similar idea. Never release that which you know is crap and needs more work. So I guess I'm pretty happy? Yes, I guess I'm happy. The developers are actually considering the overall experience of all the features that they want to implement, not just a flavor of the month feature like they did with Horizons. Also, I noticed one particular thing about Elite Dangerous now and in the past. See, developers really like the term emerging gameplay. Basically that the game generates its own gameplay through player actions or by algorithms and whatnot similarly else. It really seems that the way Elite is developed right now and will be developed in 2020 update will be focusing heavily on procedural and random generation rather than handcrafted experiences. I was really hoping that we'd get some more interesting quests and the like made by developers putting in thought, but I guess not. We'll get more of those procedurally generated crap things that get boring after playing it once. Kind of sad, really, but oh, whatever. I guess emerge away if you really need to. Oh, and another thing. When I was talking with developers, I was kind of thrown off by the somewhat inability to admit mistakes in a few places. Frankly, I had a distinct feeling that the management still doesn't publicly admit the multicore is an absolute disaster. And it just baffles me. Maybe it's just a PR thing to never admit your wrongdoing or something, but to tell me that there are people playing and using multicrew when I can open the game and show you this, it's just baffles me, to say the least. So in a few words, the 2020 update, even though TheYamiks still thinks it's a really bad idea to announce it the way they did, you know, basically telling the community the game is on maintenance phase for the next 2 years almost, on the brighter side, the fact that it would be developed as a whole thing, with every aspect in the mind, does make me kinda happy, cause that's the thing, when talking with developers, it felt like every single one of them couldn't wait to tell you about it, in a genuine, non-PR way, and that got me thinking. Maybe put in less the emerging gameplay thingamajigs and put in actually handcrafted quests and gameplay, because let's be honest, that is what is missing from Elite Dangerous the most. As for the LaveCon announcements, the new player experience, oh, TheYamiks is liking what he's seeing. The fleet carriers though, well, on the gameplay balancing side, it will most likely be OP, so the player groups with them will be dominating everywhere. Oh, and here's another baffling thing. So after that big announcement that they did in LaveCon, there was a QA panel. About 70% of the questions were answered with, no, we can't answer that, or no, it's in the future, we can't answer it yet, sort of an answer. And every single question about fleet carriers was just, nope, we can't say anything. Then why announce it? What's the point? And then you're surprised by people who say that you don't communicate with people. Oh, and as for the ice planets, as far as I understand, this year they won't be coming either, so that's unfortunate, because honestly I really was looking forward to that the most. And finally, the store changes. Well, before we do, actually, let's talk about the monopoly money in games made by the AAA super big garbage fire companies. See, these currencies in such games made by such companies is often used to obscure the monetary value of them. So you'd think that you're not spending as much money as you actually are. But as for the store improvements, well, we'll have to just see, and it's too early to judge just yet. Oh, and I love that Frontier is showing favoritism to certain outlets, but whatever, TheYamiks is not salty at all. And one last thing. Why does the event itself take place in the middle of nowhere? As much as TheYamiks likes the venue, if I were to travel on my own, no car, no nothing, it'd be amazingly expensive and super hard to get to. I quite don't get why such an event can't take place closer to London, where everyone can get with ease. Airport's just there if you're living further away, like, I don't know, Scotland, or even further outside, like myself. Plus, hotels are plentiful and cheap too. Probably venue would be too. But no, apparently there's one or two reasons to just drag everyone to this place. That's not too comfortable for about 90% of attendance, I reckon. Anyways, that's my relative recap. I really cannot express my gratitude to all the Frontier members who didn't run away or stab me when I started inquiring. And I wish this sort of a communication we'd get more often. On top of that, met with Rusty Dog, Nat's Right, Jack Little, Greatest, Spatula, and the ever-amazing Scorpius, who really helped me out with the trip. I really cannot express how much it means. Oh, and also, yeah, the Obsidian was somewhere around there too. But having met the guy already like a month ago in London MCM was not that special. Okay, I was just kidding. It was nice to meet you all that went. Be you a mad Scotsman driving 7 hours to get there, or a local guy just coming by. It was definitely a nice weekend. Again, the event itself, bad place, like really bad location, cool people and chill atmosphere. Just wish the developers actually had said more than just, oh, I can't answer that. Anyways, do let me know what you think. Maybe you did catch a couple of pictures from the Twitters. There are some interesting ones, I got to say. But other than that, yeah, what do you think about the announcements? A September update, December update, or maybe even the 2020 update? So leave a comment down below and all that. But as for now, TheYamiks is gonna go and relax.